The interRAI assessments format is known as a single-page application, or more affectionately, a SPA assessment. This format is similar to navigating through familiar websites and other software. In terms of the layout of the interRAI assessment software IAS, no changes have been made to how you locate a person's assessment. Simply navigate to MDS in the ribbon menu on the overview page and select the assessment you want to view. The assessment may take some time to load and might appear as though nothing is happening, but just be patient. On the left-hand side is the navigation menu. A nice feature here is the title of the section can be seen instead of just a letter. There are two ways to navigate in the assessment. You can scroll from top to bottom through all the sections. You'll notice that each section has a header, and this remains at the top of the screen so you can clearly see which section you are working in. In this example, I'm in section B, and as I scroll into section C, the header is replaced. The other way to navigate is to use the piano keys on the left-hand side. By clicking on one of the keys, you'll be taken to that section of the assessment. The bar buttons are a new look for some questions as demonstrated here, where the response from the assessor is highlighted blue. There are the familiar radio buttons, and you can see here in section G2J, the response from the assessor has the filled-in circle next to it. And we have the data entry items where the response has been typed in by the assessor. In the SPA, you will also note that each coding item has a small eye icon to the right. This is where you can find the information about the coding, and as a reader, it can give you some information about the intent and process for coding the item. It opens as a pop-up window. Click on OK in the bottom right-hand corner of the pop-up to close it. Next to this, there is also a little page icon which will either be yellow or white. This is the comments box icon. When it is yellow, it means that the assessor has added some text information to support the coding entered. To read the comments, click once on the comments box icon. A text field appears below the item with the text information. To close it, click on the icon again. There are two places to view the outcome scores and caps in an assessment. First, there is a pop-up list that displays on the right-hand side of the screen when you click on the Outputs button. Two options will appear, one for caps and one for outcomes. Clicking on the caps button reveals the list of caps for this assessment, and you can scroll down the list. Click on the caps button again to minimize it. Clicking on the outcomes button reveals all the outcome scores for the assessment, and again you can scroll down the list. Click on the outcomes button again to minimize it. Click on the X above the other two buttons to close the display. Outcomes and caps can also be viewed via the navigation menu on the left-hand side. Scroll down past the assessment sections and there are piano keys for the assessment summary which show the caps and the outcome scales. We'll look at outcomes first and come back to the assessment summary. Click on the outcomes piano key. All of the outcome scales for the assessment are displayed and you can scroll through the list. Each outcome scale has a details button. For this example, I'm going to look at the depression rating scale. If I click on the details button, it shows me all the items from the assessment that contribute to that outcome scale. I can click on the details button again to hide it. Here is another example showing the cognitive performance scale. Now to look at the assessment summary caps. All of the caps are listed and triggered caps will be highlighted in yellow. We have a details button and the addressed and care plan tick box and an assessment summary comments box. Similar to the outcome scales, when I click on the details, I get a list of all the items that contribute to that cap and what has been coded in the assessment for that item. Clicking on the details button again minimizes it. In the assessment summary comment box, any information the assessor has entered related to that cap will be displayed. Assessment items and comments are still separate documents. To convert the assessment items and coding to a PDF for printing or saving, go to MDS in the ribbon menu. Open the assessment. Click on the print button above the navigation panel. This may take a few moments to open. Use the download or print icons as needed. To go back, click on Return. Comments don't print with the assessment items. Comments are converted to a PDF in the same way as previously done before. Go to MDS in the ribbon menu, expand the MDS section on the left-hand side menu, click once on the assessment comments you'd like to convert, click on Print MDS Comments. Thank you for watching this introduction to the new assessment format. Please email us at interRAI@tas.health.nz if you need more help.